in a forgotten orchard on the outskirts of the coast of Malabar, a fly and a bee went in search of food. What each found revealed not just their hunger, but their very nature. On the edge of a once prosperous village along Kerala's Malabar coast lay an abandoned orchard. Long ago it had been the pride of the settlement. The monsoon rains had fed its mango and jackfruit trees, its guavas and tamarind blossoms. Traders passing along the coast carried baskets of its fruit to the markets by the sea, where ships from Arabia and beyond once anchored. Children had once run laughing among the rows, and the air was sweet with fragrance. But the years turned. Families left as fortunes shifted, and the sea trade drew to other ports. No one remained to tend the branches. The orchard grew wild. Fruit fell uncollected, rotting in the heat. Vines crept over the paths, and thorns choked the shade where children had once played. It was here that two creatures came to dwell, a fly and a bee. The fly was thrilled with what he found. The ground was thick with fallen mangoes splitting open, guavas fermenting in puddles, juices seeping into the soil. "This is paradise," he buzzed. "Look at the feast spread before me. No labour, no searching, just endless plenty. The orchard is a banquet of rot, and I will never go hungry." He called to his kin, and soon a black cloud of flies danced above the fallen fruit. Their chorus filled the air, a droning hymn to decay. Meanwhile, the bee flew higher. She searched the tangled branches and the edges of the orchard. Though many blossoms had withered, she found pockets of life, neem trees scattering pale flowers, a late mango bloom, jasmine vines clinging stubbornly to the fence. She landed softly and drank nectar with patience and care. The fly noticed her and laughed. "You fool! Why waste your time scraping a few drops from blossoms when abundance is rotting at your feet? You gather for yourself drop by drop, but I gorge myself with ease." The bee looked at him calmly. "What I gather is not only for myself. The nectar I carry will become honey, food for many long after these blossoms fade. What you take ends in your belly. What I take becomes life for others." The fly scoffed. "Sweet words for bitter labour. I'll take the ground's feast and leave you your scraps." He dove back into the fermenting fruit, wings humming with greed. Days passed. The sun baked the orchard, and the flies multiplied until they were thick as smoke above the ground. "See!" the fly shouted. "I was right. We are countless, fattened on riches. The bee is blind to abundance." But the bee kept to her blossoms, quiet and steady, gathering nectar drop by drop, storing it within her. Then the season turned. The monsoon came. Clouds swelled black, and the sky split with thunder. Rain fell in torrents, pounding the orchard for days. The ground became rivers of mud. The rotting fruit dissolved into sour sludge and was swept away. When the storm at last passed, silence fell. The air was clean, the soil heavy with water. The swarm of flies was gone, scattered or drowned. From a patch of muck, the fly dragged himself up, wings slick with slime. He looked around in despair. "The banquet is ruined," he cried. "There is nothing left." He darted frantically across the orchard, searching for scraps, but the ground had been scoured clean. The bee emerged from a sheltering branch, droplets glittering on her wings. She flew to the blossoms washed bright by the rain. Their nectar was sweeter than before, renewed by the storm. She drank deeply, then rose into the air, her body golden with pollen. The fly saw her and shouted bitterly, "How can you still find food? Everything is gone." "Not everything," said the bee. "What you sought has vanished, because it could never endure. What I sought endures, because it is rooted in life. And what I carry is not lost even to the storm. It becomes honey, stored sweetness for my hive, a gift that will last beyond this season." The fly buzzed angrily, circling lower and lower over the sodden earth, desperate for filth. The bee lifted higher, carrying nectar toward her hive, where it would be transformed into golden honey, nourishing many. And so it remained in that forgotten orchard, the fly forever chasing decay. Leaving nothing behind, the bee forever gathering life, returning it as sweetness to the world.